Hello ladies and gentlemen, Railroad 82, your railroad archaeologist. With the time of year upon us, once again, we're going to do a follow-up video on my favorite abandoned railroad, the FEC that went to the overseas, the Miami extension of the overseas railway. Right now I'm facing north here on Southwest 85th Street and Southwest 70th Avenue. This is a Snapper Peak Canal. Then there used to be a trestle here, which was removed in 2000, I think, and then the track went that way. I'll show you after, but I'm gonna first film the only remaining stretch of this track over here. Come along. Okay guys, so I'm like 100 feet away from where I began filming over there, and here we can see the first remnants. They're selling this land. Maybe we can put our money together and buy it for preservation purposes. Okay, let me make my way onto here. Okay, so here she is. A piece of my heart, guys. It always breaks my heart to come here and see this. So, wait, let me be a little bit adventurous here. Hopefully this doesn't give on me. Okay, so these were the original pilings. Blocking it with my shadow. That right there, where the piling was for the trestle. There's another one over there, and there's another one right here. And then here you have one of the cross ties, still in pretty good shape. I'm gonna see, I'm guessing the railroad crew that worked the last train didn't leave that there. That beauty. Okay, so the backstory on this track. This, like I said, it went to Key West. The first train there was 1912. It ran parallel to US 1 through South Miami, Homestead, Florida City. Then it made its way into the Florida Keys, and it was abandoned in 1984. After the Metro Rail, which was that overhead rail system over there, was built. And let me try to look for a date over here. No such luck. Here the ties got washed away. Oh, I think I found the date. I cannot make that out. Oh, here you go, 1928. Okay, so these rails were put in place in 1928. Almost 100 years old. And right now, I am walking northbound. If you follow this track north, or what would have been this track north, it would lead you to the Miami International Airport and eventually the FEC Hialeah yard, which is just north of that. So right now we're walking on a piece of history, my friends. I remember a few years ago when some of this track was still in place further down. I remember seeing 1928 on the rails also, but it was, I think, Maryland Steel was the manufacturer of the rails. It boggles my mind as to, well, why these rails are still in place, but Maybe because this is here you go, tie plate. This is private property, as we saw back there, that they're selling it, and the owner doesn't want to fork over the money to remove these rails because it's a pretty expensive operation. And then yeah, this is the last section of rails we have over here. Last piece of history. I bet you most of the people that live in Miami don't know this is here, don't know its significance. The last train that went to Homestead in 1984, it used to go once a week to bring produce down, and it wasn't profitable for FEC anymore to bring produce because most of it was rotting. I don't think they had reefer cars back then, so they were, no pun intended, eating most of the spoilage. And yeah, as you can see, looking northbound here, I'm going to include a Google Maps link to this location. There's no more rails or anything left of the sort. If you go on Google Maps further down, you can see like where the rail bed was, where the ROW was. But yeah, there isn't any crossings or any equipment. They were all removed in the mid to late 2000s. Let me give you another view here as we walk south this time. This is like coming to church for me over here. I remember seeing this railroad as a kid alongside US 1 and seeing all the great crossings on the way to the beach with my family, and I was overjoyed to see that. And then when I saw that they began removing the crossings and the rails, it was like a stick through my heart. I wonder, well, like I said, I'm gonna come over here every year and do an update on this. I hope it's here forever. Hopefully it never gets removed. But honestly, I wonder how much time it has left. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Always a pleasure, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.